Adam Kinzinger joins us now on the phone, of course, Republican from Illinois' 11th District. And Congressman, as Mike just indicated, most polls show that the majority of Americans have opposed Obamacare. Is it safe to say the fight is far from over?
Yeah, I think it is safe to say, today's ruling obviously was disappointing. It's saddening for me, but, the reality is the Supreme Court is the ruler of the land as far as the law goes, and they found it to be constitutional, though they found it to be, frankly, constitutional as a tax on the middle class. The Congress does have a right to tax, and they said this is a tax. The fact is, the president sold this not as a tax on the middle class, and that's in fact what it's turning out to be. So we're disappointed, but look, the fight is far from over. The next we're going to vote to repeal the whole thing again, and also, in November, I think there's going to be a very strong voice and message heard when Mitt Romney's elected the next president of the United States, and that'll begin the further process of repealing this unpopular bill.
Congressman, it's Mike Flannery here, and thanks for joining us. But real quickly, what will be the political impact, particularly in some of those districts that neighbor yours, the Joe Walsh versus Tammy Duckworth contest, Judy Biggert, Bill Foster? What will be the impact in those close races?
Well, I wish we weren't in this position, obviously, but at the same time, I think this is going to benefit Republicans and conservatives who up and said, you know what, we want this law repealed. The American people do want it repealed. They're disappointed, I think, even though, again, we respect the position of the Supreme Court. And so I think this is going to have a positive impact for those races in Illinois that are very important to ensuring that we keep Nancy Pelosi from becoming Speaker of the House again, and frankly pushing more laws where she says you have to read them to find out, or you have to pass them to find out what's in them.
Congressman, the administration promised that the legislation, if passed, would control rising health care costs while not affecting the deficit. How's that going to be possible?
Well, you know what? It isn't possible. And in fact, what we've seen is that, we've had a premium increase ever since the implementation of this law. We expect a 13% increase by 2016 above what would have been increased without this. The fact is it's nearly double the original estimates of costs at a time when the government is running record deficits and in debt. So it is not the right thing at the right time. Let's focus on getting people back to work and making changes to health care that'll make a real impact and maintain that doctor-patient relationship, which is so important, and not just a big government takeover of another industry.
Congressman Kinzinger, we appreciate your time. Thanks very much for joining us.